Hey guys, Jonny from JohnnyGoode.com here. I think a good one for you this week. I'm talking about plugins, working with limitations. Seemingly there's not really any limitations at all because there's hundreds or thousands of free ones, paid for ones available. But I think within there lies the limitation, too much choice. I was talking to a really good friend of mine last night, and he grew up working in analog studios, working with analog home recording equipment. He's used to dials and knobs and sliders, and about the last year he's got really into digital recording. Whilst that's kind of freed him up, and he's just amazed at how creative and the amazing amount of things you can do with digital, which of course we can. He said to me, he's finding it a bit mind-boggling when it's coming to mixing. He's just finding he's making mistakes because he has seemingly like way too many choices. So I was saying to him that I've kind of, since I've been working more and more, for a living doing mixing, I found that rather than when I sort of started out when I was working on my stuff or just working with friends and stuff, I just throw lots of stuff at the wall. I'm finding very much now I have to have a very focused workflow method. So I will gain stage, get the levels right at the start. I'll then take care of panning, then probably make some subtle mix bus choices, then EQ, then compression, then maybe some saturation, and just kind of take things from there. And I'm actually finding that method's really, really working for me. So I was just kind of chatting to him about that and showing him a few plugins which I found that have really worked for me. And that's kind of the essence, really stripping everything back and keeping things a lot simpler and maybe a lot more musical. So there's three in particular I want to mention on this video. So just thinking about that method, over the sort of last year I've been researching and doing loads of work, kind of trying out ones to see what works for me. So maybe this will help you if you're looking to kind of simplify your work method and maybe get back to enjoying being a bit more musical with mixing. So the first one, the EQ, is SONEQ, Son EQ, from a company, I think they're called Sonymous. All the links I'll put below. It's a 3-band with 3 knobs on EQ with a mid-range slider. I think it's got a high and a low pass filter on it as well, so it's pretty much everything you need. I find it really musical, and I like the colour that it adds to mixes, and it's free. So you can get that right now for free. Just follow the link below. They do then offer a paid for version, which I think I'm certainly going to end up buying. It's about £50, but it's got quite a lot, few more options on there. It still looks very analog. It doesn't go crazy, but a few more things on there which you might want once you feel you've kind of you want a bit more from the EQ. But like I say, at the moment I'm still really happy using that 3-band method, and if I want any more options I can just stack them and just put another one underneath. The second one I did a video on a week or two ago, just an overview of, is Klanghelm's MJUC compressor, which is sort of an emulation, or it's three analog style compressors. It's not really trying to be anything, it kind of is what it is, and I've used it over the last couple of weeks. I think it's just sensational. It's simple, it sounds great, everything does stuff, and I can't speak highly of it enough, and I love the look of it. They also do offer a free version, which is a stripped down version of the Mark I compressor, which is fantastic, well worth grabbing. But as I say, I would strongly recommend the paid for version. It's about £20. In particular at the moment I'm in love with the Mark II compressor on that. It sounds fantastic. And the third thing is saturation. So it's saturation is that distortion, bringing that kind of glue into the sounds, because digital can sound so accurate and way too accurate. It's too much for our ears. It kind of can sound quite steely, whereas a good saturation plugin, a few of them, will kind of, not necessarily warmth, but seems to glue the sounds in together more. There's a few out there which I've used over the last year. On the mix bus, I've used Toneboosters Real Bus for about the last year, and I really, really like that. And then recently I've been using another Klanghelm plugin called SDRR, the Sex, Drugs and Rock and Roll, and in particular there's a desk setting on that which I think works really, really well on the mix bus. I've been using that over the last few weeks. Sounds fantastic. That SDRR from Klanghelm also is fantastic on individual tracks. There's also soft tubes. I've forgotten the name. Saturation knob, which is free. There's loads of coverage and reviews on that on the web of how fantastic that is. That's super simple. Sound great. So there's like kind of 3 really good saturation plugins which are well worth looking into. Most of them for free. If not, those plugins I've mentioned are all sub £20. So not expensive for really quality, dare I say, kind of top end kind of analog emulation, which sound great, are really fun to use, and I think will bring some pleasure back into mixing if you're starting to find you're going a bit crazy with all the options. I certainly have found that's helped me and my mixes. So I hope that helped. That was kind of working with plugins and limiting yourself, so creating limitations, to hopefully bring some more musicality and pleasure back into your mixing. All the links are going to be below. Hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. Thanks for your comments and support, and happy recording. Have yourself a great day.